Alright, let's look at this question. Fairly simple one, but I'm gonna try and see if we can make it even simpler. Yeah, that's the way I'll put it. Alright, let's look at this. So a car is traveling on the highway at a speed of 65 miles per hour. Alright? Which of the following is the best approximation of the car's speed in feet per second? Right? Now, the simple way to go about it will be it says here 1 mile is 5,280 feet, right? So, if I have to convert this miles per hour into feet per second, I have to take the number in miles, which is 65, and then multiply that by 5280. This will give me the number of feet that the car is traveling in an hour. That's fair, right? Now, but the ask is for per second, right? So how do I convert the hour into seconds? It's 60 into 60, right? Because minutes, seconds. So given that in 1 hour there are 3600 seconds, which is again 60 into 60. That's how you arrive at the number of hours in 1 second. Sorry, my bad, the number of seconds in an hour. So I have divided to get to the per second speed, I have divided it by the total number of seconds in the hour, and with the speed as the numerator. Now you can go about using this, you can input this in a calculator and you can arrive at your solution, right? Fairly simple. What if you didn't have the calculator at your disposal? What would you have done then? So this is how I would go about solving this using approximation. Let's look at 65 and 60. So you have two numbers on top, two numbers at the bottom. You have 65 and 60. So let me write it this way: 65 divided by 60 into 5280 divided by 60. Fair? Let's look at this one. 65 by 60. 65 is just slightly greater than 60, right? So it's fairly obvious that the number will be 1 point something, and the something is also going to be 1.1, 1.2, not more than that, because you have a 5 here, which is, it's quite small, right? Now if I was to mentally do this division, I mean I can actually just write 1.1 and move on, and it will not make that much of a difference. But let me just see what if I can solve this mentally. You have 65 divided by 60. So you have 1, you have 5 left over. So you bring down a 0. That doesn't help. You bring down another 0. So the minute you says that it doesn't help when you bring down 1 0, this becomes 0 here. You bring down another 0, that makes it 500. Now 60 times 10 is 600. Then 60 times 9 would be 60 less. That will be about 540. That's still not enough to divide, or rather that's larger than the 500 that we have here. So we'll go down another 60, and then that will leave us with a number that can divide 500. So essentially here you'll have 1.08. That's this one. Now let's look at this other one. 5280 divided by 60. Now, as you would see or notice, 5280 is quite close to the number 6000. Had this been 6000, 60 divided by 6000, 6000 divided by 60 would have left you with 100, right? So you would have been left with 1.08 into 100. But this number is smaller than 6000. So it's quite obvious that the number will be less than 100, something maybe anywhere between 90 to 96, 97, right? Now look at your options. So you have 1.08 into 90 to 97, any number, right? So if you're multiplying 90 with that, you will probably end up with a 91, 92. Multiplying 97 with 1.08, you'll probably be left with something like 98, 99, or even 100 for that matter. It doesn't matter what the actual number is, but you got to know the range, right? Now let's look at your options. You have A, which is 95, B, which is 190, and then obviously these are too large. The only one which is close is this. Again, this is a skill important to develop, being able to solve a solution using approximations instead of actually having to solve it. I know you have your calculator in there, but it's an important skill to develop if you want to develop your mental faculties for math.